Sanju Verma, who usually gets very anxious by this point of time because she hasn't had a word in, is all smiles. Sanju Verma, you've had our reporter on ground, Rohit, who's already saying that, listen, NDA has an edge. We had a consulting editor, Rajdeep Sardesai, who says, listen, to begin with, the NDA does have a clear edge.
You know, Preeti, come on your shows, when do I get anxious? Ab to aisa hai ki if I smile, people say, why is she giggling? Why is she smiling? If I look sedate, they say, why is she so anxious? But be that as it may, I want to say one thing to your viewers. The fact that the BJP-led NDA will win Bihar with a thumping majority is a given. And I'll tell you why it is given. It's not because of this vote chori narrative that is being peddled with brazen impunity. First is the ability to translate vote share into votes. If you look at 2020, Preeti, I've been following your analysis, in the last couple of weeks. The BJP in 2020 had a vote share of just 19.46%. And yet we managed to win 74 seats. Whereas the RJD had a vote share of 23.11% and won only one extra seat at 75, which is what their tally was. Now look at Congress. It's a non-entity in Bihar. Its vote share in 2020 was 9.48% and it won just 19 seats after contesting on 70 seats, which means the Congress had a pathetic strike rate of just 27%. So my limited point is A, BJP's ability to translate vote share into votes. B, the fact that when we are talking of direct benefit transfer, when we are talking of Labharti model, let's not forget that the 10,000 one-time cash transfer to over 1 crore women in Bihar under the Jeevika scheme is not about, trying to give doles. It's a one-time incentive and the larger agenda is to make them a part of self-help groups so that they drive community development programs and achieve financial literacy. And my final point, Preeti, is this. I will not say caste equations don't matter. The caste matrix does matter. And the BJP will win with a thumping majority in PC category, which has a 36% share in the overall Bihar population. We will also have a thumping majority in the Dalit population, which has a 20% vote share in Bihar, and the general category, which has a close to 16% vote share. So this MY factor will be trumped by the EBC plus scheduled caste plus general category voters who will vote hands down.
All right, I'm going to come back to you, Sanju Verma. I want to bring in Dr. Anshul Avijit into this conversation of what you talk about Labharti. The fact is, Sanju Verma, the voters have gotten smarter. We've all gotten a bit smarter. We all know what it's all about, but we can continue to call it the Labharti scheme. But ultimately, this is a direct cash transfer and it's worked magic in the recent past. We saw it happen right from the Madhya Pradesh elections. But Dr. Anshul Avijit, one can purely go by numbers right now. You heard my colleague Rohit where he pretty much laid it on the ground that, listen, the fact is maximum issues are actually happening in the Mahagathbandhan where seat sharing comes into question, because post the vote Adhikar rally, there seems to be a perception or an understanding where the Congress is concerned that there is a revival of the Congress in Bihar and that needs to be matched with a similar amount of seat or a respectable, or what the Congress deems respectable amount of seats to be given to the party. All you have as empirical evidence, Dr. Anshul Avijit, is 2020 elections where you fought 70 seats and you won just 19.
No, let's not go by that particular election because, many can say that one was shortchanged in that. Right now, there is a Mahagathbandhan. It's got its best foot forward in terms of the voter Adhikar Yatra. You saw those charismatic bunch of leaders, representing every caste on that jeep together, living in one compound, talking about an issue which has actually permeated among people. I mean, your report suggests that actually it has entered the consciousness of the people. Issues rarely do because people think that the default position in Bihar is always caste. But right now, the voter Adhikar, massive election fraud, education, health, unemployment has all permeated in the consciousness of the Bihar voter who's looking for a way out, who's looking to show the door to the NDA. What the NDA has come up with in a very brazen, if I can use the vocabulary of my counterpart, very brazen, naked, transactional politics of this 10,000 rupees to get the women voters on their side. I'm never going to second guess what the women voter thinks. Election results will tell that. But this is negative, unpleasant politics at its worst.
Dr. Anshul Avijit, before I go to the other spokesperson, I want to ask you a question. You began by saying that we were shortchanged. What were you shortchanged on in 2020?
No, hang on a minute. No, wait. So Mahagathbandhan politics or any nature of politics is about compromises. It's about negotiation. You take some, you lose some, you do that. I'm not suggesting that all one party should have all the winnable seats or seats where they are strong.
Okay. So you're basically saying that you got the 70 seats that you got were not winnable.
No, hang on a minute. I've understood, you used a number of generous words throughout your programs. Rajdeep did about describing the Congress, Kamzor Kadi, all that stuff. Thank you for that. I really
but Dr.
appreciate
Anshul Avijit, you can take...
I'll
I'll give you time, sir.
Be a monologue.
Ma'am, I'll come to you. I'll come to you with equal time. Allow me, I'm conducting the show. No, hear me out. Dr. Anshul Avijit, please hear me out. The fact is it's not the choice of words, sir. I know it's a touchy point. But having said that, Dr. Anshul Avijit, what do we have to go by? You have empirical evidence in terms of data. We are going by data. Rajdeep is going by data. Rajdeep is going what, is right now the situation on ground, keeping in mind the current alliances and dynamics, keeping in mind what your last track record. Forget about, leave alone what it was in 2020, what it was in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, Dr. Anshul Avijit.
2024 elections was on the back of a program of social injustice, ki samvidan khatre mein hai, and that yielded results. I'm not saying that Congress has not had its set of challenges in Bihar. We know that. We lost a lot of critical votes. It's getting them back on the basis of our narrative of vote chori, of social justice, and of showing a lack of competence of this NDA.